Spectroscopic readings indicate that the atmosphere is a perfect chemical equilibrium, predominantly carbon dioxide with traces of methane and ammonia.
Now, what gives the atmosphere that sickly yellow color?
Iron oxides from the rusting cities.
And the sensors show no life form whatsoever?
Nothing. Not even the presence of simple amino acids in the oceans. The last reconnaissance was right. It's a dead world.
There was a name for this one in one of the old languages, wasn't there, Professor?
Yes. It was Earth. They called it Earth.
Not much left after 1,000 years, is there? Donald, Earth was stripped of artifacts long ago. What are you looking for?
Oh, I don't know. Feeling. Sense of place. What it must have been like to live here when the skies were blue and the oceans green with plankton. Too many historians never get to see the things they write about. Thank you, Jacinda, for getting me on this mission. A very kind gesture for an old academic.
Not that kind. And not that old. Good luck, Donald, because in 4 days, I'm going to have to give word for the mining vessels to move in and extract whatever is salvageable. And when they do, there'll be precious little left of your Earth.
Bledsoe, did you hear that?
Hear what? You got a problem, Professor?
No problem. I'll see you back at the ship in about 3 hours. No doubt.
To remember us, Professor.
Donald, you're up late.
So are you.
There's lots of data to log. There's still a treasure trove of minerals on this planet. The inhabitants pretty well bled it dry of all the fossil fuels. There's a wealth of basalt, iron, uranium.
You know, it was really quite a beautiful planet. An amazing variety of flora. Climates ranging from the temperate to the tropical, from the Arctic to desert. This is where it all began, Jacinta. This is where we began.
How did it happen, Donald? How did the planet end up like this?
Greed, stupidity, the usual catalog of sins. They used refrigerants that slowly ate away the ozone layer. They burned the tropical rainforests to make way for farmland, using the ashes for fertilizer, and entire species simply vanished forever from the earth. By the time they poisoned the whole biosphere, they had the technology to leave it behind. So they fled into space and cast the earth aside like a half-eaten apple.
And with humanity gone, the biological chain just collapsed.
You know the irony of it? The Earth today is almost exactly as it was millennia ago, before the very first rainfall. And for millions of years there had been no rain. Then when the Earth cooled enough, rain fell, delivering nutrients to the oceans, and life emerged. And here we are. Here we are. Returned to commit the final indignity on the planet that nurtured us. Here to put the knife to her one last time.
Our ancestors killed this world, not us. The law prohibits us from mining any living world, only dead ones. Like it or not, Donald, Earth is a dead world now. And there's nothing we can do about that. Except, I suppose, be grateful that we finally learned our lesson.
Do you remember us now, Professor? You won't be needing your helmet anymore, Professor. The air is breathable. We sort of used a part of our etheric energy to change the molecular structure of the gas.
We've been waiting so long. Why did you leave us?
Are you back to stay? All of you?
Where are the others? Will they follow in more ships? Yes, where are they? When are they coming?
My God. All of you. You're...
The ones you left behind. All the souls that ever were. All the ones that stood and watched as your ships vanished forever from our sight. All of us that couldn't follow.
We never knew. We never knew that you even existed.
Didn't you? Didn't a part of you always know?
Why is it so important to you to follow us?
You're our children, our future, our immortality. Since time began, we've walked among you, sharing in your triumphs, your despair. But now, Now there's nothing. No children, no future. Just a ruined playground you left behind.
It doesn't have to be this way. You can follow us, our ship.
Your ships warp space in ways we can't. Those of us who have tried have come back disfigured or insane. It's a large universe, Professor. And not nearly as benign as you living like to think it is.
Well, then, what can I do?
Put your helmet back on. I know why you're here. Not you personally, but your ship, your crew. We're shadows. We're helpless to stop them, but you have to do something. You have to explain to them that this planet still contains life of a sort, that this Earth, ruined and gutted as it is, it's all we have left. Please, don't let them take it away from us.
Donald, you can't be serious. Do you know what Archer and Bledsoe would say if they could hear you?
All I'm asking is for you to keep an open mind. Now, give me a chance and I'll prove it to you.
Prove to me that Earth is some sort of haunted planet? How?
Jacinda, you were always my best pupil. Let me teach you one last thing. Hello? I've brought someone. Someone who can help. Please. Let us see you. Please. It's all right. She has to see you. She has to know.
Donald.
For God's sake, she can help. Why are you doing this? Please. Let us see you.
Donald, that's enough. Don't.
Damn you! Show yourself!
Donald! It's my fault. I knew what this planet meant to you. I shouldn't have invited you along to watch it be. Why don't I just forget we ever came here, all right?
What are you doing?
What are we doing? What were you doing?
Oh, Donald, how could you do this to us? To all of us?
I swear. The last thing I remember was being asleep in my cabin. It was them. Don't you see it? It wasn't me, it was them.
He's crazy. I told
Mr. Bledsoe, kindly shut up.
Mr. Archer, please assess the damage to the sensor web and then raise Central on subspace. Tell them we'll be returning Dr. Knowles to Outpost 12. Medical emergency. We'll also be staying over for repairs and then we'll be back to finish our assignment.
You cowards! You liars! Show yourselves! I dare you to show yourself to me!
Back to your ship, Professor. You might as well.
Because if I don't, you'll just take over my body and make me go, won't you?
That's right.
You wanted me to make a fool of myself. You wanted me to be shipped back to civilization. And you'd come with me, wouldn't you?
Please understand, Professor, there's no other way. We can't travel through warp space in this form, but in yours, that's a different matter. You can serve as a beacon to the others, showing them the way.
And me? What happens to me, my body, when you're done with it?
I'm not sure. I have to merge myself fully with your body in order to weather the journey. I'll try to leave it once we get there, but...
You don't know if you can.
Please try to understand. All we want is to reclaim our future.
Your future? You don't deserve a future. Any of you. We may have fled the Earth once it became uninhabitable. But you were the ones who made it that way. You could have saved it. You could have done something, every one of you. But you didn't. Did you? How many of you thought you'd be on one of those spaceships fleeing the dying Earth? How many of you thought you'd escaped, but died before you could?
What you say may be true, but it's over and done with long ago. There's nothing we can do about it now.
Isn't there? You changed the air in this building from methane to oxygen, from poisonous to breathable.
That's a different matter. This is a small, controllable environment. We're talking about a planetary scale. And even if we could, we might lose our consciousness, our awareness.
Like you propose to do to me. Cowards. You're still the same cowards who let this planet die, aren't you? Go ahead. Take my body, my life. Save yourselves. At least, I'll know that when my time comes, I can die with a hell of a lot more courage and dignity than you. Come in.
We're about to lift off. I told Central that you requested medical leave. Stress reaction to space travel. It's not uncommon. The damage to the sensor web was minimal. I didn't log your actions yesterday.
I appreciate that.
You're looking better. Rested.
Yes, you might say that I'm expecting to be a new man once we leave the planet. Jacinda, If I should not see you again after this, I just want you to know that I'm grateful for the chance you gave me and for your friendship and for...
What's that?
I don't know. It sounded like thunder.
Well, it's impossible. The atmosphere is at equilibrium. There can't be any.
It's raining.
It can't be. What the hell is going on? Is that really rain?
Not just water either, but amino acids, nutrients raining into the ocean.
God, I'm getting life form readings in the oceans.
Well, that's impossible. It takes thousands of years for even the simplest life form to develop.
It's as if something is accelerating evolution somehow. I don't know how, but...
This can't be right. I mean, the sensors must be out of alignment after yesterday's damage.
Oh, my God, he's right. The ocean's suddenly swarming with cyanobacteria.
Cyano what?
Cyanobacteria was the first complex organism to evolve on the Earth. And it led the way for all life forms to come, including us. Does this mean what I think it means?
What it means is we're out of a job.
I don't know if you can hear me anymore. Maybe you can't. But we'll be back. I promise. Someday we'll be back.
Yes, I realize there are only 3 weeks left on the fundraising drive. That's why we've got to make as many contacts as we can. Uh-huh. Well, did you talk to him? Yeah? Jerry, everybody's tired. But we're too close to our goal to slow down now. Right. Yeah, I understand that, but... Well, look, all I ask is that you try, okay? All right, thanks. Bye.
There dwells within this parish a modern-day apostle and master builder who lists among his tools of trade a Bible, a rosary, and a calculator. His name, Father Mark Cassidy. Age, 42. A fair and noble man who's about to discover one of his accounts is still open. That account is labeled Guilt, and it's concealed in a ledger stored in the Twilight Zone.
Good morning to you, Father. Breakfast is up. The bacon's cooked and crisp the way you like it.
Well, I don't really have time for breakfast, Maggie. I've got a meeting with the Trust Fall Foundation people this morning. But I could sure use a cup of that coffee.
You look like you could use a bed.
Maggie, please. We need the Foundation's participation in this drive, and I promised the bishop I'd get it. Is that the biggest cup we have?
Why not hook up the coffee pot to an IV? Oh, Father, I know. What you do with your life is your business.
Thank you.
But what you're doing with it is not so good. I gotta go. You're working too hard on this hospital wing. You don't eat right. You need rest. Keep it up, and I'll bet you 2 bones and a cup of milk you'll be the first person needing a bed when it finally opens.
It's a children's wing, Maggie. They won't admit me.
And I think you're worse than a child when it comes to taking care of your health.
School bell rang, Billy. Oh, at least go in out of breath to show you made an effort.
Thanks, Father.
Maggie, call 911.
Father Mark, what is it? Father Mark!
Go back. There's been an accident. Call for help. Call for...
I remember that children's wing when it was nothing more than a dream.
Monsignor Perot. It's good to see you, as always.
I look forward to these monthly visits. Gets me out of the city. It makes me feel vital. Oh, do you mind?
No, please. How's the bishop?
Delirious. We don't know what you said to the Trustwell Foundation yesterday, but they've been calling all morning, asking, no, demanding, to know what they can do to participate in the building of the hospital wing. Mark, I think we're going to reach our goals sooner than we think. Are you okay?
Oh, yes. I guess it's just the shock of all this coming to an end.
Well, maybe none too soon. Mrs. Dugan cornered me on the way in. She thinks you've been working too hard.
Perfectly all right. I work hard, sure, but so do you.
Oh, I know I do, but I also enjoy my time off. Mark, in the 20 years I've known you, I've yet to see you take a vacation.
There was just too much to be done around here.
I know. And if it wasn't for you, St. Timothy's would have closed its doors years ago. But you need a break, and I want you to take one.
Monsignor, with all due respect, I couldn't take a break right now even if I wanted to, not with us being so close.
But Mark...
I made a commitment to those children and their parents to build them this wing. They're counting on me. If I'm tired, that's a small price to pay for all the good that will come of it. Please, don't ask me to stop now. Not before we're finished. And Father Damien looked at the leper as though he were his brother. And he took the pipe from the leper's mouth and he put it in his own.
Oh, gross.
Well, it sounds awful, I know, but with that one selfless act, Father Damien gave the leper something very precious. He gave him dignity. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go out in the world and help lepers. There are countless other sacrifices you can make in your everyday life that will make you equally worthy in the eyes of the Lord.
Father Mark?
I'll be right back.
Wait!
What's he running after? Let's go! Father Mark!
Don't just stand there, get help! Can't you see? Can't you see?
When Father Mark first came to me with the idea to raise money for the children's wing, my reaction was, we better get bigger collection plates. $2 million. I confess I had my doubts. But fortunately for all of us, he didn't. Father Mark, it is due to your undying faith and selfless devotion to the children of this community, to all of the people, that we finally reached our goal. The hospital wing will be built. And I'm happy to announce that from this day forward, it will be known as the Father Mark Cassidy Children's Wing.
This is a great honor. I guess I should be happy, but I don't know if I deserve this.
I know we all know this is an emotional time for all of us, so please, there's refreshments for everyone down in the church basement. These are lovely grounds. I'm surprised you don't make more use of them.
There's just no time.
For people whose business it is to preach eternity, it's ironic that we can't take a little moment to ourselves every now and then. Oh, these roses are especially lovely.
They were a favorite of a friend of mine.
You know, the bishop is singing praises about you. He thinks what you've accomplished here is nothing short of a miracle.
Well, please tell the bishop to reserve his praises for somebody more worthy than I.
There are very few.
Well, Senor, I am only a priest.
No, you're a good priest, and God won't think any the less of you if you pat yourself on the back every now and then.
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, that's a matter for debate, and one that you'll now have plenty of time to reflect on.
No, there's still too much to be done around here.
Mark, this is not a request. The bishop has ordered you to take a leave.
But what about the clothing drive and the pageant and the operating costs?
Don't drive yourself so hard. Others can do those things.
No, they can't. You don't understand. There's something God wants me to do. Something here, right here. And I cannot leave until I find out what it is.
What it is? When you came here, St. Timothy's was on the verge of collapse. Now we got a thriving church, a school, a new hospital wing. The parish couldn't have survived without you. You've built a solid foundation. Now St. Timothy's can stand on its own.
What about me? What do I do now?
God gave you a mission, and you've completed it. Trust him to show you what to do next.
What do you want me to do? I live with Kelly's death every day. I keep hearing her crying, begging, Mark, help me. It was so senseless. Why her? Why wasn't she thrown from the car instead of me? How could you let it happen to her? It wasn't fair. I was the coward. I saw the flames, and I was afraid. You could have saved her. I know I could have saved her, but I was afraid. I didn't want to die, so I ran. I know I'm not worthy of your forgiveness, but I ask your mercy. Haven't I atoned enough for what I did? Please, I cannot go on like this. Tell me, why is this happening?
morning, Father.
Yes, it is.
You're looking extremely well this morning, Father.
Blessed are the pure in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. A message delivered from thousands of pulpits to millions of people yearning for peace, including one local parish priest whose road to peace and salvation crossed right through the Twilight Zone.
So that you can feel the weight of your arms, your legs, and your body slipping away. It's a pleasant sensation. You're free of everything holding you back. You can think with perfect crystal clarity. Your name is Lorraine Guston, but you've had other names before this. Other lives. They're buried deep inside. But now as you begin to float freely, they start to rise up within you. You can see them clearly. Now, search them for the most significant memory of your past lives. Open your thoughts and let the sights and sounds come in.
I'm sewing. I work in a dressmaker's shop.
What year is it?
A long time ago.
Okay, good. Now, look around you. What do you see? What's happening?
They're shouting. At the door. Men. With guns. They're wearing uniforms, red. British soldiers. They say they know we're hiding revolutionaries. I keep telling them, no, we only make dresses. We don't know. We haven't seen her. Oh, God, they don't believe us. They don't believe me. Torches, they're setting the shop on fire. They won't let us out, please. Oh, God.
It's all right. It's all right. Mrs. Guston, listen to me. It's all right. It's all right. The fire is disappearing. You're safe. You're safe. It's going away. Everything is as it was. Yes, now you're starting to come back down. You're floating back down. You can feel the weight returning to your legs and your arms. I'll touch your hand, and when I do, you will awaken feeling refreshed, and you will remember everything you've seen. 1, 2, 3.
I don't know how to thank you, Miss McNeil. I feel better than I've been in years. For the first time, I understand why I'm so afraid of fire and men in uniforms. And to think it was a memory, and from so long ago.
If we all knew that we'd lived before, and if we could remember those past lives, we'd understand ourselves so much better. Maybe we'd be kinder to one another, knowing that in a previous life we were poor or hurting or hungry.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have you ever tried yourself?
It's ironic, I suppose. I've never been able to remember any of my own past lives. But I keep trying every day. Someday, who knows?
Mary McNeil, dealer in dreams and memories, to whom the uncovering of past lives is the greatest good she can render to a forgetful humanity.
Your name is Mary McNeil, but you have had other names before this.
8:57 p.m., and Mary McNeil makes another attempt to discover a previous life. However, the journey she is about to take is to a different place, a land whose borders are defined by the region we call the Twilight Zone.
Now, search them for the most significant memory of all of your past lives. Search them for the most significant memory of all of your past lives. Nothing again. Well, at least I got some sleep. I am so sorry. I know it's the oldest excuse in the world, but I overslept and I rushed out without even thinking to call. Excuse me.
But have we met?
Oh, of course. We made the appointment by phone. I'm Mary McNeil. You called me last week about wanting help with your memory?
You must be mistaken. There's nothing wrong with my memory.
Oh, certainly. What I meant was the memory of your lives before this one. I can assure you it's a very simple process.
In my last life, I was Corporal Lon Desmond. I fought in the Second World War and won the Medal of Honor. Awarded posthumously, of course.
But You know? But how?
The medal? It was nothing. I jumped on a grenade to save my squad.
That's amazing. How did you know that?
Look, I really don't have time for this sort of foolishness. Thank you, and good day.
He ever gave me any changes. I had the same problem with the boss my last life. Man, just my luck to get stuck like that 2 lifetimes in a row. You know, how's it going with you, eh? What's up?
Excuse me, miss, can I help you?
This used to be my office.
That must have been some time ago. I've been here for the last 2 years. Is there something I can do for you? Are you looking for work? You say this used to be your office. Are you out of work?
It's difficult to explain. You see, I woke up this morning, and I don't know what's happening anymore. I mean, I don't know if I've changed or if the world's changed, but something's happened. I don't even know why I'm bothering you with all this. It's just that there's nobody else for me to talk to.
Yes, there is. Now, if it's any help, you're not alone. A lot of people have trouble adjusting to their new lives. That's why we're here. If you would just fill out this form, and when you've finished, we'll talk. My name's Jim Sinclair. I'll be sitting at the desk over there. Excuse me. What's a regression therapist?
It's nothing. I don't think it matters anymore.
Relationship counselor, self-help instructor, 2 years as head of a crisis counseling unit. You have a high priority on helping others, an admirable quality. I see you didn't list anything from your previous life.
I didn't know that you could.
It helps, particularly when you've developed no skills in this life. Now, if we can just run through the jobs you had in your last 3 or 4 lifetimes, starting with the most recent. We won't go back more than a couple of 100 years. There's not much call for blacksmiths.
Well, I've always felt that I must have lived during the Depression.
Felt?
That is, I'm always very moved when I see pictures from that time. As if I knew what those people were going through.
Could you give me some references for this life? Name some of the people you might have known.
I really don't remember.
Addresses, marriages, schools, technical, liberal, anything at all? Look, I'm trying to help you, Miss McNeil. I can't do that if you won't help me.
I didn't say I wouldn't. Listen, I'm sorry I took so much of your time. Thank you for your help.
Sinclair here. I just had a woman in here who listed only her present life on her resume. Yes, that's right. When I pressed her for details on her past lives, she claimed she couldn't remember them. No, I don't think she's a new soul. She didn't have that vacant look so many of them have. Mary McNeil. Yes, I agree. She could be the one we're looking for.
So her behavior was significant, you say?
A lot of people disapprove of what we do.
Doesn't sound like disapproval. It was more like shock, as if she'd never seen such a thing before.
It's possible she's been out of circulation for a time. That happens. And then there is the other possibility.
So we discussed, but I'm not ready to accept that theory. There's something wrong here. I think she's hiding something, this one. Before we do anything, we must be certain.
Will you bring her in?
If we don't decide to kill her first.
Miss? Miss, are you okay?
Go away. Let me die in peace.
I'll go get help.
No. No. You know the law. Anybody who wants to die can die. It's my right, and you can't take it away. I've chosen exposure, malnutrition, sleeping pills. It's a lot cleaner than a bullet, isn't it? Guns scare me. A lot of things scare me.
Why in God's name do you want to die?
In my last life, I had a nice job, a nice family. People liked me. Can you imagine that? But now look at me. Look at me. Look at this body I was born in. I have tried everything, and nothing works. I'm going to start over. I'd like to go to sleep.
No.
What do you care?
I care plenty. Not because of what you look like or who you are, but because you're needed in this lifetime. Surrendering is wrong. You're needed in the here and now, not in your next lifetime.
Nobody needs me.
I need you. Seems I don't have anyone or anything. Maybe we could start over together. Can you give me that chance? Can you give me that much? I'll go get help. I'll be right back. There's a woman back there. Can you get an ambulance? I think she's dying. This man from the agency. No. No.
Sorry, miss.
No. No. Promise me you'll get that woman an ambulance.
We look after
Promise
her.
me.
I promise. Okay, let's go. What about the woman? What about her? I made a promise.
Get her an ambulance.
Are you doing this to me?
Call us concerned citizens, Miss McNeil. We're part of a group not quite sanctioned by our government, but then not entirely denied either. We play hide and seek. We seek out people like you, your kind.
What kind is that?
Well, that's what we've brought you here to determine. Who are you, Miss McNeil? Really? I've heard that you claim not to know who you were in your previous lives. You must understand that that's quite irregular. It's utterly unheard of. And we can find no documentation on you. No identity papers, no place of residence. It's as if you did not exist. And if you do not exist, then no one will miss you. So you see, it's in your best interest to cooperate with us. What are you trying to hide? Who were you in your previous lives?
I told you, I don't remember.
Remember? Remember what? Names? Places? Body counts? Have you been to Moscow lately? Guyana? Uganda? What names did you go by in your past lives? The Borgias? Attila the Hun? Lady Macbeth? We can run down the whole bloody litany, if you like, if it helps to jog your failing memory. Haven't seen our friend Adolf in a while. Could there be a little Führer hiding in there?
Leave me.
Could be telling the truth. If she is, and she's the one we're
Not
looking
in
for.
front of her. If she's telling the truth, we're going to find out soon enough.
And when we went to Daddy's funeral, Mommy said we should be brave. I wore my new blue dress, and I read a poem that I wrote myself. After it was all over, Mommy said we had to move.
Earlier?
But I didn't want to.
Go earlier.
I don't know.
Who were you?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna double the serum.
That could kill her.
We're gonna have to take that chance.
Welcome back, Miss McNeil.
Oh, my head.
It'll soon pass. You were telling the truth. For what it's worth, we're sorry we had to put you through all that. But you're free to go.
Just like that. What about my life? What? Sorry, wrong number. Just hang up and walk away like nothing ever happened.
Precisely, Miss McNeil. Unless, of course, you would care to work for us.
See you in hell first.
Sinclair, get us some water. We're offering you a very rare chance, Miss McNeil, to go from a prisoner to a savior. You are a healer. We ask you to help us heal. We want you to help us forget. Forget who and what and where we were.
You're out of your mind.
Perhaps I am. Maybe we all are. Look around you. Did you smell the madness out there? It gets worse with every generation. You can smell the death that we needn't fear because we come back, but which is with us from the cradle to the grave. Think of dying and then the new agony of rebirth, and you remember it all, Miss McNeil. We're so busy avenging the past that we lose the present. That's the world we live in. That's the waking horror that's our everyday existence.
What can I do to help you?
You have a gift. We need you to teach us that gift. We need you to help us let the past be swallowed by silence. No more carrying grudges across the centuries. No more longing for days and lives past. Just the moment. And the thrill of making this life as good as it can be. We've waited so long for you, Miss McNeil. If we were harsh, it was out of fear and hope. When we first met, I knew you wanted to help people. We're giving you the greatest opportunity that's ever been given to a person. Help us, Miss McNeil. Help us to forget.
Your name is Ruth Warden. That is the only name that you will remember. Let the memories of your past lives fade. When you awaken, you will remember only that you are Ruth Warden, and you will begin your life with a fresh start.
Mary McNeil, who set out on a voyage of discovery that brought her home again by a most curious route, now appointed guardian of doors best kept sealed in the mirror, mirror world of the Twilight Zone. attention is drawn to the residence of the Brockman clan. An ancient mansion, its paneled walls polished by darkness, a lightless, soundless place upon which a greater darkness has fallen. The object of the Death Watch, Selina Brockman, grand dame of the menagerie, who lies in her bed in an inch-by-inch battle with death, trying somehow to reach a compromise instead of a capitulation.
What is your prognosis, Doctor?
Take 2 of these every 4 hours to relieve the pain. If it gets any worse, call me.
You'll come tomorrow.
Yes. Yes, of course.
You didn't answer my question. How is dear Aunt Selina?
She's dying, Miss Brockman. She's been dying for some time. The only difference now is that death begins to have clearly defined lines, and you discover that it knows your name. Is that the answer you were looking for?
Just concerned, Doctor. I was thinking tomorrow after your visit, maybe we could go out for a drink. Does this mean you won't be coming by tomorrow?
In case your aunt didn't tell you, I inherited this family from my father, who got it from his, and that carries a certain obligation. A word you may not be familiar with. So, yes, I'll be here tomorrow. Only question is whether Selina will still be with us.
Dr. Burrell, Selina won't die tonight. She'll hold on as long as she has to.
Come in. Your coach awaits, madame.
Okay, let me just do one last check.
Are you sure about all this? It's a long way to go on the basis of a telephone conversation.
She's my aunt. They say she needs me.
But you never even met her.
No, but I've heard about her. My dad used to talk about her in this sort of whispery tone of voice that he usually saved for anything that was unusual or exotic or just plain different.
She sounds weird.
She's dying.
Any talk of an inheritance?
Susan!
Well?
Some, depending on my going down there and helping out. But I'm really just more curious than anything else. Okay, that's it.
Last chance.
Suze, I spent my whole life within walking distance of this place. I think I'm entitled to a little adventure, don't you?
Okay.
You'll have free run of the house. If you want to find anything, just ask. This is Orville. He's our sort of combination handyman and village idiot. Oh, relax. He's quite deaf. All you have to do is turn away when you talk. You can say anything you like. Isn't that right, Orville?
Who's that?
My mother. She's quite harmless. I don't even think she knows we're here. I'm told there's a family resemblance.
You'll just have a minute. I'm giving her something to help her sleep.
Deborah. Deborah Brockman, you sent for me. I'll be helping to look after you, so if you need anything at all, day or night.
I don't think she realized how hard she was squeezing.
Is she as ill as they say?
Worse, but she hangs on.
She's a strong woman.
Well, I'm not sure I would call it strength. It's more like a desperate clutching for life. It's as if she's waiting for something. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so morbid.
Oh, that's all right. This place will do it to anyone.
Well, for what it's worth, good luck. I hope you won't need it. See you tomorrow.
Silly about bothering you. I mean, it's just a spot. Still. I didn't want to mention it in front of Aunt Selina.
No, that's good. You can't be too careful. Though in this case, it's curious but harmless. It's a liver spot.
A liver spot?
Well, it's uncommon in someone as young as you, but it's completely benign. You probably got it from too much sun.
How could it appear so suddenly?
Probably the skin's been darkening by degrees for some time and only now become noticeable. Since there's only one of them, good bleaching cream 2 or 3 times a day will do it. And stop hanging out on the beach.
Doctor? If you're quite finished, your real patient would like to see you now.
Yes, well, if her condition has progressed as I expect, I'm surprised she can still see anyone.
Good afternoon, Doctor. And isn't it a perfectly splendid day? Well,
Pulse is stronger. Heartbeat seems to have stabilized a little.
you sound surprised.
Well, frankly, I am. When I came through the door, I expected to find...
A corpse?
I wouldn't have put it that indelicately.
Perhaps you're a better physician than you give yourself credit for.
No. I'm good. I'm not that good.
Aunt Selina has a very powerful will to live, Doctor.
Yes. So it seems. Now, I don't want you overexerting yourself. This could be a temporary remission. You don't want to cause a relapse.
Oh, I'll be very careful, Doctor.
Well, thanks, Orville. I'll see you tomorrow.
Are you feeling all right, Debbie?
Oh, I think so. Just a little tired, that's all. Probably need something to eat.
Why don't you go lie down? I'll bring you something in a little while.
Thank you. I think I will do that.
Yeah.
It's Deborah Brockman. I know it's late, but can you come here?
Is it Selena?
No, it's me. Please hurry.
Deborah?
Back here.
Why are you sitting here in the dark?
I don't know what's happening to me.
It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine.
Look at me.
I know. I'm gonna get you to the hospital and do some tests. Come on, Jack. I mean, there must be something you can do.
What? Look, we've run every test we've got. Blood count, cell structure, you name it, we've put her through it. And we can't find anything wrong with her.
You've got eyes. You've seen her. Looks like premature aging to me.
I agree. It's a nice label, but until we know what the cause is, that's all it is. Look, I'll arrange a CAT scan, see what radiology's got. If I hear anything at all, I'll let you know. Now go home and get some sleep.
Dr. Chen, OR3.
I'm sure this is quite unnecessary, Doctor.
Yes, I'll decide that for the time being. Whatever's hit Deborah, I have to know if it's contagious.
I've never felt better in my life. Neither has Aunt Selena.
And your mother?
Oh, she never changes. She just sits up there in her catbird seat watching the world go by. That's a souvenir from childhood, if you don't mind.
My niece is correct. We don't need a doctor. Your interest is appreciated, but as you can see, we're all perfectly well.
Oh, yes, I can see that. It's a curious coincidence, isn't it? Deborah's showing signs of premature aging.
I said that would be all, Doctor. In fact, I should think that you will no longer be required. Payment for your services will be sent on to your office.
Well, what about Deborah?
Oh, we'll see to it that she gets all the best care. You needn't concern yourself with it any further.
Fine. Well, if it's all the same to you, I'll choose what I want to concern myself with. Good day. What is it? The diary? The Brockmans? July 17th, 1940. Our picnic was almost ruined by a fire when a horse kicked over a kerosene lantern. Only Martha was burned. The physician says she'll be all right, but we'll have to live with a scar for the rest of her life. It's in the same place as her daughter's scar. Can you get me back in there tonight? Martha Brockman. Are you? You're Diane. You're the daughter.
What are you doing here?
At first, I didn't believe it. I mean, I didn't want to believe it.
What are you talking about?
I went to the hospital. I did some checking. Diane Brockman has green eyes and no visible scars. The woman sitting in that chair has green eyes. So what color are yours? And where did you get that scar? How old are you really, Martha?
Get out.
Oh, it's a convenient deal, isn't it?
Get out of here! Get out of this house!
Not before I talk to Selena.
No.
Selena! Selena! My God.
Selena, he knows.
It isn't right, Selena. Give Deborah back her years. You know it isn't right.
Not right? What do you know about it? The game is longevity, Doctor. You play at it with your medicines and your stethoscopes, but we've won. There's one rule, Doctor. It has nothing to do with morality or love. When illness or death encroach, the trade takes place. That's the way it's always been and the way it always will be.
No. Get away. Get away from me! Mommy!
Orville, rest his soul. Selena, Martha. Well, maybe she'll finally find some peace.
Just one missing.
Missing?
One of the neighbors said he saw a woman break through a window. Her clothes were on fire. When we got there, she was gone. Hard to figure.
That's Diane. Deborah, thank God you're all right.
What's happening?
Where to begin? I'm not sure that I, thanks, understand it myself.
Did anyone survive?
I don't know. We're not sure about Diane.
Dr. Chen, OR 3.
What do you think?
She's old, indigent, with massive burns over most of her body and face. I wouldn't hold out too much hope. Best we can do is try to make her last hours as comfortable as possible.
Did you notice, though, her left arm seems to be healing quite fast?
For all the good it'll do.
It's the strangest thing. I mean, it doesn't hurt or anything, but just look at it. I swear I didn't burn myself, but there it is. I've been wondering if it's psychosomatic. Maybe I've been working on the burn ward too long.
Dr. Robbins, call 23.
Jane Doe, age unknown. Sole survivor of a terrible fire, soon to undergo a miraculous recovery. A living warning to those who fail to perceive the distinction that there is a difference between the fear of death and the love of life, especially in the Twilight Zone.
You want some more bacon?
No thanks, Mom.
I saw that.
I'm not hungry anymore.
Where do you think you're going, young man?
Out.
Don't be smart with me. What do you mean out? Out where?
I don't know. Down in the creek. Maybe by Possum Meadows.
Wait just a minute.
Now what?
Put your plate in the sink.
Oh, Mom. Okay.
Thank you.
Can I go out and play now?
Is your room clean?
Mom.
Go on. But be careful.
For Danny Wilkins, a sunny afternoon is a world of adventure. He's a typical boy who likes nothing better than following a trail, just to see where it goes. But today, that trail will lead Danny through a private reserve, which lies just inside the borders of the Twilight Zone.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Danny.
How'd you know my name?
It's written on your shirt.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Who are you?
Scout. What is this for?
It's just a toy.
Of course. Just a toy.
Look,
What kind of fish is that?
it's not a fish. It's a tadpole. They turn into frogs. You know, ribbit, ribbit, frogs.
Oh, yes. Ribbit, ribbit. Is the weather usually like this?
What do you mean?
Does it ever get cold?
Sure, in the winter.
What do you call this place?
Well, the big field is called Possum Meadows. This creek here is, I guess it's just called the creek. I never heard it called anything else. You're not from around here, are you?
No. But I like it here. Very quiet. You come here often?
Not so much anymore. I used to come here all the time with my dad. Well, he wasn't really my dad.
What do you mean?
I never knew my real dad. There was this guy who lived with us for a couple of years. Mom made me call him Dad.
Do you miss him?
Nah. Mom does, though. She thinks it's my fault he left.
What do you think?
I don't know. I guess. Well, I better get going. My mom will be worried.
Worried? About what?
Who knows? Stuff that moms worry about. You know.
Thanks for showing me the tadpole. Sure like to see one when it turns into a rubbit.
That's ribbit.
Oh, yes, of course. I won't forget. Goodbye, Danny.
Hey, I've got an idea.
What do you mean you've been talking to some strange man in the woods?
But, Mom...
How many times have I told you not to talk to strangers?
Scout isn't a stranger. He's my friend.
Don't give me that. You just met him. Where does he come from?
He didn't say exactly.
Then who is he? And what kind of name is Scout anyway?
What kind of name is Danny?
Don't you smart-mouth me, young man.
I'm sorry, Mom. But he's a really nice guy. You'd like him.
Well, we'll never know, will we?
What do you mean?
I want you to stay away from him, Danny, and any other strangers you come across.
Mom, it's kind of too late.
What do you mean?
I invited him to dinner.
Young man, I can't believe you did this. Hello, Mr. Scout. There seems to have been a misunderstanding. My son is rather young, and he doesn't understand that you just don't go around inviting total strangers.
Excuse me, Mrs. Wilkins. You have every right to be concerned about who your son spends his time with. Believe me, I never meant to meet you trouble.
Please understand.
I understand. I'll just be on my way. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Wait. Maybe I was a little hasty. But you know how dangerous it is. There are only the two of us out here. Well, you understand. Well, I guess I have enough chicken for 3. Come on in.
Yay!
Thank you. Hello, Danny.
Biff, quiet.
Boy, you sure are good with dogs.
They just trust me, I guess.
Come on, I'll show you my room.
Maybe after dinner. You go wash up now.
Okay. Neat!
Sure you wouldn't like some more peas?
No, thank you. But I'd like some more water, please.
I'll get it.
So, do you have a family?
Family?
You know, wife and kids?
Oh, yes, I do. But I don't see them very often. I travel a lot.
Did your wife work?
Work?
I've had to work since before Danny was born. Most nights I don't get home until almost dark. The worst part is, Danny's left alone a lot of the time.
I don't mind, Mom. There you go, Scout.
Thank you.
Scout, that's an unusual name.
Unusual?
Well, yes. Is it a nickname?
Yes, that's it. The nickname.
Danny, get a towel from the kitchen.
This is a very interesting area.
Yes, it is. What brings you here?
Business.
What sort of business?
I work for a large industrial firm looking for a place to locate.
Oh, really? Which one?
It's confidential. I'm really not at liberty to say. It raises people's expectations. You understand?
I bet it's a really big company, right, Scout?
Right.
Are you staying in town?
No, I have a motor home out near Possum Meadows.
Oh, yes, I know the place.
Hey, I've been everywhere around here. I bet I can help you a lot. Mom, can I go with Scout tomorrow and help him find places for his business?
We'll talk later, honey.
But, Mom...
You should listen to your mom, Danny. You're very efficient.
It's just the dishes. You don't seem to know too much about housework, do you?
No, I guess I don't.
It goes up there.
Danny's a fine specimen of a boy. You must be very proud of him.
Yeah, I guess. It isn't easy bringing up a kid on your own. Can you find your way in the dark?
Yes. I don't think I'll have any trouble.
You want to borrow my flashlight?
Thank you, but I don't think
I'll get it.
I don't think you're going to talk him out of it.
Thank you for the dinner.
My pleasure. Maybe we could.
Here you go. It has new batteries.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
You get into bed, young man. It's late.
Okay, Mom.
I want you to come straight home from school tomorrow.
Mom, I thought you said I could help Scout.
I said we'd talk about it, and we just did. You're to come straight home tomorrow.
But, Mom...
No buts, and stay here. I want you to have your homework finished by the time I get home.
Okay.
Danny?
Good night, Mom.
Good night, son.
Biff? 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 Where are you? Biff?
Hello, Danny. How was school?
Hi, Scout. Okay,
I brought your flashlight back.
thanks.
Are you ready to show me around?
I don't know. My mom said I should stay home after school.
Oh. I talked to your mom, and she said it would be all right.
You did?
Yes. She's over at my house right now. With Biff.
What's she doing there?
We're all going to have dinner together tonight.
We are?
Yes. Now come on, she doesn't want us to be late.
Sounds pretty weird to me.
I thought we were friends, Danny. Don't Won't you trust me?
Well, okay.
Thanks, Bernice. Daddy, I'm home. Daddy? Biff? Come on, boy. What are you doing? What have you done?
I found it there. It must be dead.
With Danny! What have you done with Danny?
What's wrong?
You know what's wrong. What have you done with him?
I haven't seen Danny since last night. He wasn't home when I returned the flashlight. He's probably just playing somewhere. With Biff.
I gotta find him. I just don't know what I'd do without him. I'm scared, Scott. I'm so scared.
It's not easy raising a kid alone. Isadora. I'll help you find him. You look down the stream bed. I'll look in the woods.
just cold, Mom.
Oh, God, I thought I'd lost you.
Danny Wilkins, beneficiary of an act of kindness offered by a stranger. A stranger who's been reminded of a truth, the power of which cuts across races, cultures, and even species. The love between parent and child. It's a truth that can change minds and actions, even in a place known as the Twilight Zone.
Alex. General? Ranks later, all right?
So what's the job? With all the security around here, you think we're back in the Manhattan Project.
2 months ago, this was a research lab. Government contract, particle physics, that sort of thing, nothing unusual. Then something happened. The research team was running a new experiment on wormholes, theoretical subspace corridors like black holes, go anywhere in the galaxy in a second. Things got out of hand. When they cleared away the rubble, they found what's on the other side of that wall. Here. Better put these on. They'll help a little, but try not to stare directly into it. My God. When they found it, we brought in scientists from all over the place. Cornell, NASA, JPL. They've poked and prodded and scanned. The high IQ types from Caltech said terminology is irrelevant. I called it a gate. They didn't argue. A gate? To where? We don't know. Hell, we're not even sure how it got here. All the data from the experiment was wiped out in the explosion. But somehow that equipment in there is generating it, maintaining it. Well, we'll probably figure it out in time, but right now it's as if we've unlocked a door and forgotten the combination. So if we close it, we may not be able to open it again. We have to know what's on the other side of that wall, Alex. That's why we called you. The brass wants you to go in there.
Alexander McAndrews, former test pilot, with a paper trail of commendations and a closet full of broken records. A man for whom the unknown is to be faced, not feared, conquered, not surrendered to. Alexander McAndrews, who is about to face yet another unknown. But this one is unlike all the others, for this one burns at the very heart of the Twilight Zone.
You weren't the first one on our list, Alex. They went before you. Second Lieutenant Emilio Perez, Sergeants Evelyn Marks, Len Sinclair, and a captain, Henry Kincaid. They volunteered. We gave them the best equipment we had. And one by one, they went in that gate. None of them have come back.
No contact?
I'm through. It became gone. There's something here. Can you see it? Can.
Maximum contact time, 10 seconds. It's static. 4 people, Alex. 4 good people. The State Department wants to close us down. Just pull the plug. Try to forget it ever happened. Pentagon wants to push ahead on grounds of national security. But as far as I'm concerned, those people are still alive, and if there's any chance to rescue them...
Understood.
I didn't want you for this, Alex. You've paid your dues and then some.
Don't know if you've heard, but I got the word last week. Seems like I'm getting a little bit too old to be a rocket jockey. Putting me behind a desk. I can't live with that, Greg. So, given the choice, it'd be a great way to go out, wouldn't it?
You'll come back. If anyone can make it, you will. You're a good soldier, Alex.
That's what Sarah said the day she left me. Good soldier. Always ready to follow orders, do his duty.
Last chance. You don't have to do it.
Look around, General. What else do I have? So where do I suit up?
Systems check beginning by mark. No interference. Reading 5 by 5. Quarters up and running.
All right.
Main binary reprocessors. Field stable.
Is there anyone you want me to?
I'll see you soon.
Goggles on. Okay, ray shield. All right, Alex, we're cleared to proceed. Now remember, no heroics, strictly threat analysis. Just go in, take a fast look around, then get out of there. Do you copy?
Affirmative, General. Entering the gate.
God go with you, Alex.
You're a white light. Have a sensor. Very, very fast.
We're losing contact, General.
ComCon. This is McAndrews. Do you read? ComCon? I repeat, this is McAndrews. Do you copy, ComCon? I don't know whether you're getting any of this or not, ComCon, but I'm gonna keep recording anyway. I found a glove. Appears to be one of ours. atmosphere and environment seems similar to ours. Oxygen atmosphere, all right. Sweet, cool, crisp air. I don't see any sign of the gate from this side. Perhaps it's not in the visible spectrum here. Moving on. I'll continue to log entries at 5-minute intervals.
Still no communication, General.
Boost the signal.
Well, I'm trying, but I'm just not getting anything.
Damn it, boost it some more. Come on, Alex, talk to me. Where the hell are you?
Welcome, Major.
Kincaid? Captain Henry Kincaid?
Present and accounted for, sir. We've been waiting for you. Well, not you in particular, but somebody like you. But I'm happy with the selection. I can't think of a better choice for their needs or ours.
Excuse me?
Everything will be explained in time, Major. In the meantime, please, if you will come with us.
What is this place?
Call it heaven.
All I want is a simple answer to a simple question. Where are we? What is this place?
Lieutenant Paris, sir. I'm the navigational specialist. I've been here about a week, and the stars... Well, Major, the stars are all wrong. I don't know where we are, but it's not Earth. And frankly, I don't think we're even in the same neighborhood anymore.
Why haven't you tried to get back?
We can't go back. We've surveyed the area. And as far as we can tell, the gate doesn't exist on this side. It only works one way, from there to here.
And you just welcome everybody?
It is my prerogative as leader of this community. We are a peaceful people, Major. Not suspicious. Of supplies, we have plenty, more than enough to share. If this has become an unintentional prison for you, please be assured we'll exert every effort to make it a pleasant one. There is much we have to offer. They've told me about the world you come from, a place of such hate. Here we have no possessions to steal, no religion save one, the sanctity of life. No law, but to be kind to one another. That is why we were pleased to see it was you who was sent to us. They say you are a man of honor.
It's the kind of place we've all dreamed about, Major.
I think I'll reserve judgment till I've checked things out for myself.
We encourage you to explore, and we will give you all the help we can, as we did to the others. I sense in you a man who's been searching for peace for a long time without finding it. Here you will. You do not play, Major?
Too old, I guess.
That will change. I'm not quite as old as you think. Have you had any luck trying to find the way back?
None, you were right. Dawn to dusk, we searched every square inch of the area I came through. Nothing. It's a funny thing, though. The more time I spend here, the less I begin to worry about it. See, I've been a soldier all my life. My father was, his father before him. They said you have to fight for what you believe. They never told me what to believe. They told me I have to follow orders. They never told me why. Stay busy enough, though, and you don't worry about it.
You have a family?
Not really. My wife left me about a year ago. Said she didn't believe in bigamy. Couldn't compete with honor, duty, orders.
I'm glad you're here, Alex. I'm very glad.
Evening, Major.
I think Alex will do for now. You seen Baron?
She was here a little while ago. She'll be back in a few minutes.
Thanks. It is now 3 days, 12 hours since Alexander McAndrews went through the gate. In another 24 hours, we will consider him lost in action. I've recommended we shut down operations and send no more people through the gate without more detailed analysis. The brass disagree. We lose more in training operations, they told me. They've already picked their next volunteer. He comes highly recommended. I don't know him. Thank God for small favors.
This place is having on us is incredible. We love it here.
You lied to me.
Alex, please.
You lied to me. You told me there was no way out, but there is. That gate's still there, all right? But it's only because of refraction you can only see it at night. So you made it a point to take me there only during the day, knowing that I wouldn't find anything. You decided to stay here and keep everybody else with you.
We told you the truth the best way we could, Major. If we went back and reported what we found, this place would be swarming with troops and experts and God knows what else. They'd ruin it.
That's garbage.
Is it? You know how the military thinks. What do you think would happen if they got a hold of it?
You could leave out some of the facts.
They have ways of making any of us talk. Truth serums, you name it. Perfection is a fragile thing, Major. It doesn't survive the microscope. When we saw what kind of place this was, we took a vote. The decision was unanimous. We're not going back. This is Eden, Major. Would you want to be the one to bring the snake into the garden?
You're forgetting something. I didn't vote. Now, you're younger than I am. Maybe you can forget your responsibility and your duty, but I can't. I'm going back.
I'm afraid we can't allow that, Major. See how easy it is? The first solution of the angry man. How many other guns you want to turn loose here?
I don't want to hurt you, Kincaid. But I'm ordering you to get out of the way.
Then you'll have to kill me, Alex.
No! Alex! Alex! Please wait, don't go!
I'm sorry, but I have to.
Why? You said yourself there was nothing back there for you!
Because I'm a good soldier. That's all I've ever been. Maybe that's all I'll ever be. You take that away and what's left? You said yourself, I'm a man of honor. So please, lead me with that. That's all I have.
So you're convinced they're a totally agrarian society?
Judging from everything I saw, yes.
Any potential threat to security?
Nil.
Thank you, Major.
I think we're in a perfect position. The press isn't aware of the situation. It's a whole new frontier.
Good job, Alex. You stink.
Technology advisors.
You did what you had to. You followed orders. Yeah.
Keep the guns in our hands.
Yeah, I did that, didn't
I
I?
kind of like the symmetry of that.
Well, I still think it's worth considering.
I think you're overlooking the strategic value of this situation.
The
first strike potential is enormous. There's nowhere we couldn't hit with troops or tactical nukes in a hot second. Hell, we could even store the stuff up there, and no one could take it out with a first strike.
Tell me something, Greg. Would you have let the snake into the Garden of Eden?
Fortunately for me, that wasn't a decision I had to make.
Why we have to go in now, so that we can call the shots. I mean, the Pentagon is dying for an opportunity like this, and we must prevent any kind of leaks whatsoever, or the whole thing is shot.
What if we can open up more gates between their world and our Earth? We can use it as a transfer point for troops and material.
Clandestine and preemptive actions could be achieved without detection.
Alex! Alex, stop!
What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, tell the brass that perfection is a fragile thing. Tell them I did my job. And tell them I retired. Stop! Who's that? What's going on?
Are you sure they won't build another?
It's a freak combination in the first place. If the gate were still there for them to study, maybe they could duplicate it. But it's gone permanently.
So what do you do now?
For the moment, absolutely nothing.
Major Alexander McAndrews, retired, who learned that there is a better world and that sometimes heaven is a place better left untouched by human hands. There may be one more commendation yet to come for the Major, one that says, for services rendered in the Twilight Zone.
Still here?
I'll come back and get my things after my shift.
Yeah, well, you just might find them in the front yard. You want breakfast?
Well, I was gonna go up and eat at the cafe.
No, you don't. Now, you can go on and tell Les and Bobby and Charlie that I threw you out. But I ain't gonna have you going to work eating cafe breakfast here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Melissa, this whole thing just one big mistake, baby. I swear that girl don't mean nothing to me.
She meant enough for you to go and sleep with her.
How many times I got to say it? I am ashamed of what I did.
You ashamed of what you did, or you ashamed because you got caught?
Well, what you want me to do, huh? I mean, you want me to beg you for forgiveness for the rest of my life?
How the hell you want your eggs?
They told me I could have a night shift if I wanted to. That way I'd never have to see another sunrise again. Yeah, unless it's because you're late.
Yeah, you were this morning.
I'm not going to, though, because my boy Jeffrey, he's going to be all conference football and basketball this year, and I'm not going to miss one of his games. Yeah, you bet. Oh, my dog. Oh, come on. Don't start singing this early in the morning. Hey, Smith. Wilson, Parker, you two guys hang on a second.
taking you guys out of shaft 15 this morning.
Oh, that's great, Smith.
Get to work on our golf. We need a crew in the junction.
Junction? What the hell for? That's the oldest part of the mine, Schmidt. It was robbed before we was even born.
It's a good thing you guys aren't running this company. We had a geophysical team from the university down here last month, and they say there's several $1 million worth of coal in those branches.
Gasification?
Yeah, coal gasification. Got a pilot plant over in Charleston starting up to do just that. Get to it, boys.
They take that coal out, and then they squish it all together, you see, and they make gas. Now, you're making yourself enough gas, you see, and the next time they raise them oil prices, you can just tell those fellas to go kiss your sweet patootie.
We're not going to listen to this all morning,
Yeah, gasification ain't important. It's high school football. That's what you say you read. I don't know about that.
Last that article tell you this part of the mine's about 100 years old?
Well, maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
Charlie, maybe it's not too late to change shifts. 13C. 13D, that ain't right.
What's the matter, Charlie? Something wrong?
Well, that last turn should have put us in pillar 11. This says 13. Well, maybe somebody changed the numbers when they closed the junction. No, more likely we took a serious wrong turn back there. Last, Bobby, you track back to the shaft and get old Schmidt on the phone. Okay. Hey, Charlie, if we're not back by noon, you start without us.
Get out of here. See you around, Bill. We could be digging down here for the rest of our lives, Joe.
Why worry? You're not going anywhere, John. You could make this a home away from home. Well, I hear you're gonna need one anyway.
Charlie, you ought to take a look at this. Hey, Charlie, I think you ought to take a look at this. Charlie! 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 Help! Charlie? Charlie! Charlie! Help! Somebody there? Who's there? Somebody there?
Yeah! I think I can use a hand!
Who's there?
Close your eyes.
Come on. Sit on up. Thanks. No problem, Dave. I like to broke my leg. Here, let me take a look at it. Don't touch me. Come on, let me take a look at it. Yeah. Now look, I think it is broken. I'm gonna make you a splint. You ready?
What's that?
What?
On your wrist.
That's a wristwatch. Hey, come on, man. I need that. Now, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Just hold it.
Yeah. When you're done, you turn out the fire.
Huh?
Turn out the lamp. Start an explosion.
This ain't gonna cause no explosion. I'm just hoping that the batteries will hold out. Now, you hold this for me. Right there.
No heat.
Hey, come on, man. Right there. What are you doing? That's our light. never seen a lantern like this before.
Yeah, well, you can pick one up at any hardware store. Costs you about $150.
$150. That's 3 months' pay.
Did you say $150 is 3 months' pay?
Uh-huh.
Hey, they're still up there. They gotta be looking for us. Yeah. Hey, somebody! Help! We're down here! We're here! Hey, you think they're still looking for us?
They always do.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you've been through a few of these.
I've seen it happen. I spent a lot of time digging my friends out of spots like this.
I can't understand it. I don't know what happened.
I don't rightly know. 1 minute I was swinging a pick, and the next I was buried under that.
A pick? You had a pick? Where is it?
Somewhere up there.
Oh, God. How could you lose a thing like that? We could dig our way out of here.
Save your breath. It's under a ton of rock. I don't believe I know you. I didn't know we had colored working in the mine.
Yeah, but we're all over the place, buddy. I don't think I know you either. I ain't never seen you, not on the day shift.
You work the day shift and you don't know Ray Dobson?
No, I don't.
I'm the senior man here.
Are you right? In making what you make? Well, you ought to talk to your union rep, man.
The only union men in this mine are dead men, sir.
Now, Ray, this is stupid. We got a hell of a lot more to worry about instead of you and me down here fighting.
You're right.
Yeah, right. I'm sure your daddy told you the same thing that mine told me. Just like religion and politics, you don't ask a man what he makes.
I wouldn't know. My pappy died when I was born. Cholera got him in 1877.
Yeah, well, Did you say 1877?
I did.
Yeah, well, Ray, that makes you about 109 years old, buddy.
On my last birthday, I was 35.
Now, come on, Ray! I wasn't that good in math, but I do know that if you was born in 1877 and you just turned 35, well, that just brings you up to 1912.
That's right. September 16th, 1912. Oh.
There you are, Dottie. Did we ever get that letter from the school board? Why are you looking at me like that?
Reverend Bailey, it is not my place to tell you exactly how to do your job.
Oh, come on, Dottie. Why should you be any different?
I thought you were going to deliver this letter to Melissa Parker yesterday.
Well, I was going to do just that, Dottie, when Mrs. Ritter's husband called about her stroke. I had to spend the rest of the day at the hospital with the poor woman.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
Dottie, this thing's been sitting here how long? 60-some years?
Since 1912.
And for all we know, it's just some kind of prank. I mean, no one's ever steamed it open to see what was inside it. I don't believe anyone's ever bothered to tell Melissa Parker it exists. So it's a day late.
Reverend Bailey, this letter was entrusted to the church because the instructions would be followed. And besides, until their wedding several years ago, there was no Melissa Parker.
I'm duly chastened, Mrs. Clark. Of course, the instructions should be followed. Although I must confess, I see no reason to worry that it was delivered a day late.
Devil? Come on. You're the one that was worried about flames. Now, you just leave that alone.
What's this?
Well, the last time I checked, that was a $5 bill.
Oh, yeah? Well, what do you call this?
Counterfeit.
This is a perfectly good silver certificate.
Are we going to sit here and talk about this, or are we going to try and dig our way out of here?
You can dig till doomsday if you want, and you still won't get 5 feet from where you're standing. Besides, you're using air. Why don't you sit down and rest, save your strength? Somebody's coming. Trust in the Lord.
The Lord helps those who helps themselves. I don't like this. Maybe I ought to be dead. Maybe I'm already dead.
Then what does that make me?
You're another ghost. Yeah. There's been a lot of cave-ins down here. Well, maybe you died in 1912.
Well, maybe you're the devil himself.
D13! We want it in D13! Oxygen D. 10 people defense. We had a whole tunnel collapse. We're trying to get the men out. Keep them out of there so we can get the work done. We'll let them know who's safe as soon as we can. Now move out, boys! We need Charlie! And we need Bobby! Who's with you? Just left. Just me. What about Charlie and the Parker kid? They were way back in the junction when the whole thing came down. Damn it! Watch out! Got you coming through! Hey, you see Johnny down there? Can't you find Parker, too? We're looking to find this, but the whole thing is down! He's out, man. Try to search for one man whose air's running out in 100 square yards of tunnel. We may never find him in that. What are you going to do, give up? No. We got a few tricks. First, Tyler, get the rescue team over to the junction. Bobby will show you the way. Les, pull that crew out of shaft 6. Get them over to the junction from the other side. Have them get some picks and shovels. Okay. That's the only way. Okay. Come on, you guys. Let's move, people.
Ray, this air's getting stale.
Tastes like coal. You gotta take it easy. Stretch out the supply.
Yeah, well, can we talk at least?
Can't talk, you might as well die. Yeah. Anyway, I was seeing Abby Carter at the time. She had this sister, Sarah. A twin. They was always pulling the switch on me. Just so happened they pulled it the very night I was going to propose to Abby. I guess I was so nervous I couldn't tell the difference. I went right ahead and proposed to Sarah, who said yes. Abby was so mad at me she wouldn't talk to me for weeks.
Which one is that? Is that Abby or Sarah?
It's Sarah, of course. She's the one that said yes.
Ray, she looks like a good woman to me.
You married, John?
Yeah. I've been married several years. Her name's Melissa. She was my high school sweetheart.
Sarah and I have been married 5 years.
Yeah, well, 5 happy years, I hope.
Oh, we had our ups and downs.
Yeah, well, right now I'm having one of my downs. I've been making mistakes. Mistakes I'll be paying for the rest of my life.
My mama used to say every night when the sun went down, it was the death of the sky. But at dawn, it's reborn. She's beautiful.
Thank you.
There's color in this picture.
Mrs. Parker? Melissa Parker?
I'm not ready to see you yet, Reverend.
This has nothing to do with the mine, Mrs. Parker. I've been looking for you. It's about a letter addressed to you.
I don't understand. It's old.
74 years old, to be exact.
What is this?
No one knows. But you're Melissa Parker, as it says. I was supposed to deliver this letter to you yesterday so you could open it. Go ahead.
Mrs. Parker, this will strike you as madness, but there's no other way to put it. If you are reading this on September 15th, 1986, then you must stop your husband John from going to the Casu mine. On September 16th, he will be trapped in a cave-in.
I don't want excuses, I want equipment, and I want it here right now!
Melissa's on her way in here and she's got the Reverend with her.
That guy works fast.
What about the vent shafts, Dutch? Can't we check those?
Junction's an old egg, Bobby. They didn't drop as many vent shafts as we do now.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to face facts. Our chances of finding Parker are non-existent. I'm sorry,
Please,
Melissa.
listen to this. John Parker is trapped in a junction in a tunnel opened September 2nd, 1912. Approximately 25 yards north of Pillar 11.
Let me see that. Where did this thing come from?
It's been in a safe at my church for some 70 years. Reverend Watts showed it to me when I took over.
Good God, Reverend, I can't pull my crews out of shaft 12 right now. You don't just pick up and move a crew like that on some goofball idea. Parker's dying down there.
Do it. Do what the letter says.
Melissa, I'm
Look, you're the one that sent him down there.
Did you hear that?
What is it?
That sound, listen. Ray, there's somebody up there.
We're here! We're here! We're here!
Hey, come on! Keep coming! We're alive!
We're here!
Come on!
We got him!
Come on! Look out, he's got a bullet in his back! He's gonna get away I'm down here!
I'm telling you, you gotta go down there. You're gonna be down there. Will you listen to me? I'm telling you, he's still down there.
What's he talking about? He's only one missing.
Too much dust, I suppose, makes you see things.
Oh, Ray, you're safe, thank God. Oh, God.
Sarah, this man saved me. His name's John Parker. He didn't know me. He didn't have to help me, but he's still down there.
No, Ray, it's all right. You're safe now. We can go home. I got you back.
I can't just leave him down there.
Ray, they say that you were the only one down there.
Here's a picture of his wife. He told me all about her.
The picture's painted.
I know this sounds crazy, honey, but this man's from the future. And somewhere, somehow, she's worrying about him just like you worried about me. I gotta help him, honey, even though it may mean interfering with the Lord's plan.
Ray.
No. Will you get me a pencil and a piece of paper?
I don't understand any of this, but I love you. And I will help you.
Your husband saved my life, Mrs. Parker. And if you believe that a man facing death thinks only of those things that are important and true, you should know that John was thinking of you. He's too good a man to spend his life begging forgiveness. Sincerely, Ray Dobson.
Hey, this guy'll do anything to get out of work for a day.
We had to beat him up a little bit, but we got it. Oh, done real good!
Bobby, great mate.
It's okay, Melissa. I'm all right. Melissa. I'm sorry. I'm so...
Let's go home.